Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the physics class. I hope all of you are doing fine, safe, healthy. As always, good afternoon, Deepak, Vahini, Nikita, Niharika, Raju, everyone. Deepak, Deepak, I'm fine. Santosh, good afternoon. I'm feeling better, as you can see. Um, Again, before starting the class, I must remind you to keep your videos off. And if you have any doubts, anything that you want to ask, I've logged in by two IDs. So please send your messages on the ID with the name of Ask Tech simply and not the ID through which I am taking this class. Do it through the Ask Tech Wala ID. Now, in the last class, I think we had discussed speed. Let us quickly go through what is speed. Speed is the rate at which a body covers distance with time. We had seen different types of speed. We had seen uniform speed. What was uniform speed? Anyone? The first type of speed was uniform speed. If a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, we call it uniform speed. I hope you remember. If the speed is constant with time, does not change with time, we call it uniform speed. Equal distances, correct Santosh, in equal intervals of time. The second type of speed that we saw was, yes, Chaturya, great. I hope that you are doing well, Teja. The second type of speed was non-uniform speed. If a body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time, or the speed is continuously changing with time, then we call it non-uniform speed. Vahini, what was the third type of speed? Unequal distances, correct Santosh? What was the third type of speed, Santosh? The third type of speed was known as average speed. Average speed, and we denoted it by this symbol, and we inside it average speed is total distance divided by total time. The fourth one was instantaneous speed, which we denoted by simple letter V, and we said that the instantaneous speed is the speed at any point, at any time, at this moment. We also discussed that whenever we are saying or we are uttering the word speed, whenever we are talking about speed, what we actually mean is the instantaneous speed. Do we recollect all this? Do we recollect? Yes, Chaturya, very good. I'm very happy that you are applying your time and energy into studies. Good. Speed. Now, since we have done speed, the next thing that we'll do is, what will be the next thing that we'll do? The next thing that we'll do will be velocity. Velocity. Now let us talk about the important points about velocity. The first thing is, let us try to understand what is velocity. So let us write the small definition of velocity. What is velocity? Anyone? Anyone would tell me what is velocity? Anyone would tell me it is a vector? Okay, yes. But let us first talk about vector, Hannah. Yeah, you are correct. But let us talk about what is velocity. Is the rate of change of what? Speed was rate of change of distance or distance traveled per unit time. What is velocity? It is the rate of change of PV. What do you mean by PV? What do you mean by PV? What do you mean by PV? PV, position vector. Yes, Deepak. Books, not PV is not momentum, Hannah. PV is position vector. You are correct. Books will tell you, whatever book you see, they will tell you velocity is the rate of change of displacement. In many books, I have seen that. That is absolutely wrong. Velocity is the rate of change of position vector with time. Please remember this. Do not think that this is a wrong definition and displacement with time is the correct one. Books have written it wrongly. Rate of change of position vector with time. Do we understand this? We understand this. Can I have some raised hands, sir? Okay, sir. Rate of change of position vector is good. That is the correct definition. Correct. Now let us talk about the other qualities or other things that we must remember about speed. Someone told me vector scalar. What type of quantity is speed? What type of quantity is velocity? See, we have written in the definition position vector, vector. Yes, Deepak. So it is a vector because in the definition only vector has come. So we have always try to understand things. We have always tried so that it becomes simple. Position vector with time, so it has to be a vector. What about its SI unit? What about its SI unit? What about its SI unit? Tell me the SI unit. Because it will have magnitude and good direction. So just write magnitude. It will have magnitude. It will have direction. Both things it will have. It should have magnitude and direction. Hanak says SI unit is meter per second. He's absolutely right. Why are others not responding? Yes, Shankar, meter per second. Yes, Sanjali, meter per second. Let us now talk about his dimensions. Let us talk about his dimensions, and his dimensions are, everyone knows this, meter per second. So I can write it as LT minus 1. LT minus 1, that is the correct dimension. In some books, you might see a definition. Yes, Tanu, you are correct. You have got a nice, very scary sort of, what do you call that, avatar. It scares me. Please change it. I get scared by all these scary things. I'm a very fearing person. I fear a lot. Where was I? Dimension was LT minus 1. In many books, you will see the definition of velocity written like this: speed with direction. Speed with direction is not wrong, it's not correct. It's partly right, partly correct, partly wrong. I will try to make you understand what do you mean by speed with direction. But please never say velocity is speed with direction. That was 9th standard. Leave it for 9th. Now you are in 11th standard. Velocity is the rate of change of position, vector, with time. Now, since we have understood velocity, we must now understand the types of velocity and what will be the first type of velocity, and everyone can guess it. Anyone can guess it. Anyone can guess it. What will be the first type of velocity? It will be known as uniform velocity. It will be known as uniform velocity. Now, if you apply some common sense, you should be able to tell me. 3 people have raised hand. Who are they? Deepak, Karthik, Venu, Vahini. Is there any doubt that you want me to discuss? Please let me know. Uniform velocity. What will be uniform velocity? Now, please apply some common sense. You know what is uniform speed. From that definition, can you tell me what is uniform velocity? Similar terms, similar thinking. Can anyone tell me what is uniform velocity? So we will try to understand it in different ways. So I'll write it point wise so that you remember them. What would be uniform velocity? First variant. How can I understand uniform velocity in the first? So you can see my chat. Yes, Viney, I can see your chat. The first variant of uniform velocity in which I can understand or think about uniform velocity is what? If a body covers equal displacements in equal intervals of time, Now, this might not be a very good definition of uniform velocity, but it might help you to understand uniform velocity as uniform speed. That is why I've written this. Uniform speed was equal distances in equal intervals of time. Here it is equal displacement in equal intervals of time. That is the first way that you can understand uniform velocity. What is the second way of understanding the same thing? What is the second way of understanding the same thing? Can I have some ideas from you? I already have 120 messages. Can I have some ideas from you? What could be equal rate of change of position vector? Yes, Deepak, but it is same as saying equal displacement. So let us not write the same. The velocity is same. Yes, Jaya Shankar. Uniform means same. Uniform velocity means same velocity. Yes, that is the next way of understanding. Velocity remains same. The other word for same is uniform. The other word for same or uniform is constant. So velocity remains constant at all times. Now when velocity remains constant, you must understand that it is constant both in magnitude. Velocity is constant both in magnitude. Velocity is a vector. So when I say a vector is constant, it has to be constant both in magnitude and what is the next thing? It must be constant both. It must be constant both in magnitude and direction. Yes, Santosh. It must be constant in both magnitude and direction. It must be constant in both magnitude and direction. Now, having understood this, we can go to the third form of understanding the same thing. You must remember, beta, the definitions. If you understand them correctly, Venu, I am having your raised hand. Please let me know if there is any doubt that you have. So these definitions are the one that you must understand very correctly. The third way comes from this, both magnitude and direction. How can something be constant in both magnitude and direction? Now I am going to relate it with something else that we have already studied. If a body is moving with same speed, please mark my words, a body is moving with same speed in same direction. Now you're getting my point. Same speed in same direction. That is uniform velocity. Now this same speed can be written as uniform speed. Uniform speed. If a body is moving with uniform speed in same direction, do we understand what is uniform velocity now and how it is related with uniform speed? If you move in the same direction with the same speed, you can call yourself as moving with uniform velocity. Please raise your hand so that I understand that we have understood this concept of uniform velocity in three different ways. I can expand these three different ways and I can make them 5 or 6 or 7, but the essence remains same. That is uniform velocity. Shall I move forward? I already have 150 messages and I have around 25 raised hands. Great, everyone is participated. Good, Teja. I'm very happy for you. You are doing great. Let us move. Now, first type of velocity was uniform velocity. Now I'm not going to write anything. What would be the second type of velocity? You must be able to tell me what is the second type of velocity which you will write on your own. What is the second type of velocity? Jayashankar and Vahini both tell me non-uniform velocity. So what I'm going to do here, save some time. I will just write in black non-uniform velocity. That will save some time from my end so that I can explain. Yes, Shreya, non-uniform velocity. Now, there are three different ways in which you can understand non-uniform velocity. What will be the first way? What is the first way of understanding non-uniform velocity? Shoot. Non-uniform velocity is unequal displacement is in unequal, no Deepak, unequal displacements in equal intervals of time, beta. If you make both unequal, two negatives become a positive. Yes, Niharika, you are right. Unequal displacement in equal intervals of time. We are agreeing on this. Do we agree on this? So I just written by black. That becomes my non-uniform. I only have 7 participants raising hand. Jayashankar has said yes. What about the others? Is everyone sleeping? Okay, I'm getting great. It's coming up. Okay, that is the first way of understanding non-uniform velocity, the black one. First way. What will be the second way of understanding the same thing? What will be the second way of understanding the same thing? Please tell me the second way so that I understand that everything is clear. Non-uniform velocity means equal displacement in unequal intervals of time. Yes, so I can write vice versa here. Deepak, I don't have to write it again. I can write it vice versa. So vice versa will mean equal displacement in unequal time. Hannah says unequal speed with different direction. No, let us go on the second way. Velocity will change. So I cut everything. If velocity changes with time, I will call it non-uniform velocity. Yes, Deepak, velocity is changing. If velocity changes, I call it non-uniform velocity. If velocity changes. Now let us go on this point. How can velocity change? How can velocity change? Tell me how can velocity change? Velocity can change how? Velocity can change how? Answers. How can velocity change? The black one, the non-uniform one. How can velocity change? It can change in direction. Only direction, Hannah. Chaturya is still on speed. Chaturya will come to speed in the third point. Leave speed now. How can velocity change? If magnitude changes, yes. So magnitude will change, velocity will change, correct? What about direction? If direction changes, then also velocity changes. The third thing is both magnitude and direction change. So if any of these things change, velocity changes. Let us take example of the first type. Only magnitude changing. So if someone, a body A is moving in a straight line, so his direction is same, but at point A his speed is 5 meter per second, at point B his speed is 6 meter per second, at point C he has stopped, his velocity speed is 0, his direction is not changing but his magnitude is changing, therefore it becomes non-uniform velocity. Am I clear? Can I have some raised hands? Direction is not changing but magnitude is changing. So I have around 15 to 17 raised hands. Great. That was the first case number 1. I have written case number 1. Case number 1, magnitude changing. Now can you give an example of case number 2? Can you give an example of case number 2? Only direction changing. Only direction changing. Case number 2. Case number 2, only direction changing. Anyone can give me an example of case number 2, only direction changing. So to understand case number 2, I have drawn this gentleman. What is this gentleman? This is a circle. This is a circle. And in this circle, someone is moving with a constant speed of 5 meter per second. So when he is at point A, his speed is 5 meter per second. When he is at point B, his speed is also 5 meter per second. What about his velocity? Is it same or is it constant? I've written it at 4 different points. I'm just writing, okay. His speed is constant because the magnitude is constant, but his direction is continuously changing. His direction is continuously changing. So this becomes an example of the second type of changing velocity. The second type of changing velocity, magnitude is constant. Please repeat with me. Magnitude is constant, but direction is changing. Am I clear with this concept? Magnitude is constant, but direction is changing. It is non-uniform velocity. Now tell me, this example number 2, is it moving with uniform speed? Tell me in case number 2, moving in a circle, is the particle moving with uniform speed? Yes, sir. Yashwant Kumar, first time he says, yes, sir. Yes, Anjali. He is moving with uniform speed. Next question, is he moving with uniform velocity? Is he moving with uniform velocity? Someone is sending me chats here on this. Let me see who is this. Where is my hand? Janu Chatot, beta, please send your messages on the other ID, not this one. Okay, so speed is constant, speed is uniform. Is the velocity constant? No, because direction is changing. So this question number 2, example number 2 is an example of uniform speed, but non-uniform velocity. Am I clear? Can I have some raised hands? Only 9. Okay. I must ask then. I must ask the Vivenu, Kartik, Vaishnavi, Jaya, Niharika, Arpit, Pranay, Janu, Jatot, Swati, Vahini, Abhiram, Harsha, Tanu, Charita, Jagdish, Kevin, Likita, Prerna, Padmakan, Sanjay. You have not responded. Siddharth, Shivansh, Tarun. Do we understand this? First example, Hannah, the body was moving in a straight line. It was moving in the same direction. Direction was same, but magnitude was changing. At some time, its speed was 5 meters per second. At some time, its speed was 6 meters per second. Magnitude was changing. Direction was same. Am I clear? Okay. Then the third example is both magnitude and direction changing. You can draw anything. Just draw a zigzag path. And then at this point, he's having a speed of 5 meters per second. This point, he's having a speed of 6 meters per second, and so on. His direction is also changing. His magnitude is also changing. That is an example of both magnitude and direction changing. Am I clear? Am I clear? So this is non-uniform velocity. Velocity changes with time. It can change in magnitude only. It can change in direction only, or it can change in both. Shall I move forward? We don't need this point number 3 because point number 3 is already discussed in point number 2. First type of velocity was uniform velocity. The second type of velocity was non-uniform velocity. Can you guess what is the third type? And remember, physics is very simple. Physics is very simple. And as you have guessed, yes, Vahini, the answer is Niharika, Santosh, the answer is average velocity. So now we move on to the third type of velocity, which we shall call as average velocity. Average velocity, and we will represent it by this dabba. This dabba means average, V means velocity with a vector sign. So this is the symbol of average velocity. V velocity, V vector in a dabba, in a box. That box represents average value. Now comes the same question. Go back to the last class. Tell me what would be average velocity. Yes, Chaturya. Very good, beta. I'm really impressed with you. Chaturya has given an answer before asking my question. Niharika has also given the same answer. Vaishnavi says ratio, beta. Velocity cannot be a ratio. Ratio is when there are two same quantities. In some books, you might find ratio written. Ratio is wrong. So average velocity is simply total displacement divided by total time. Average speed was total distance divided by total time. This is total displacement divided by total time. Am I clear? Total displacement divided by total time. How will I write it? Displacement is delta R. You remember delta R? Delta R vector. R was position. In R was position. Let me remind you again. This R was position. This is vector. So this is position vector, and this delta is change. Do you remember how we wrote displacement delta R vector, which is the definition of displacement? Change in position vector. Do we remember change in position vector? So delta R vector is the change in position vector divided by total time. So I write it as delta T. So this becomes my average velocity. Am I clear with this concept of average velocity? Total displacement delta R divided by total time delta T. Can I have some raised hands? That's we have understood average velocity. Because if we have understood average velocity, comes the next one. And we welcome all the last type of velocity that we have to understand or remember, and what would be that known as? That would be known as just Teja, yes, Vahini, instantaneous, Shreya, Karthik. Very good, Anna, very good. We have already crossed 300 messages today in only about 20, not even 20 minutes. Great, great, Vahini. Instantaneous velocity, instantaneous. I will not write the entire spelling. I might make a mistake also. So instantaneous velocity, instantaneous velocity. How will I represent instantaneous velocity? V with a vector sign is simply instantaneous velocity. Now comes the big question, how will I find it? What will it mean? First of all, let us try to understand what will it mean. Again, go back, Sanjay has left. I don't know why, maybe he's getting disconnected. Let us now try to understand what will be velocity at any point or instant. Yes, Deepak. Yes, Deepak, you got it. Velocity at any time or instant or any point. Yes, that is instantaneous velocity. Now there is a very good way of understanding this. Remember, we try to relate, uniform velocity with uniform speed. Here in point number 3, do we remember? We tried to relate uniform velocity with uniform speed in point number 3. With average velocity, we could not relate it with average speed. The only relation you can see is average velocity is total displacement upon total time. Average speed is total distance. But this is not relation because displacement and distance are different quantities. I cannot call displacement as distance. I cannot call distance as displacement. So there is no relation between average velocity and average speed, but there is a relation between instantaneous velocity and instantaneous speed. A very, very, very important relation. Can anyone tell me what is that important relation? Relation between instantaneous velocity and instantaneous speed. I'll give you time to think. A minute. There was a TV show by the name, I don't know whether you were born at that time or not, or you might be very small. A minute to win it. Same at straight line. I don't understand, Anak. That's not right. A minute to win it. So in that show, participants used to play games for 1 minute. And if you can play that game in 1 minute, you win it. So I also give you 1 minute to give me your thoughts on how instantaneous velocity is related to instantaneous speed. I have got some ideas, but they are not very correct. So I have nothing to add. Instantaneous velocity with instantaneous speed. No one? Now, in the beginning of the class, see, I say things and then I will explain them later on. In the beginning of the class, I told you that in some books you will see, velocity written as speed with direction. Did I say that? At the beginning of the class, I said that in some books or in 9th standard, you might have read, you might have seen, velocity is speed with direction. That is your hint. That is your hint. Now can you give me the answer? Now can you give me the answer? What is the relation between instantaneous velocity and instantaneous speed? Okay, then I'll give you the answer. Instantaneous velocity is instantaneous speed with direction. Instantaneous velocity is instantaneous speed with direction. Now I also told you that when we speak velocity, when we say velocity, we mean instantaneous velocity. And when we say speed, we mean instantaneous speed. So in that sense, In that sense, instantaneous velocity is instantaneous speed with direction, and that is why we normally say what? Velocity is speed with direction. Karthik has said the same thing in a different way, which I was going to say. Well done, Karthik. My battery is running low. I must start the. Okay. So when someone says velocity is speed with direction, what he's actually saying is he's talking about instantaneous velocity. He's talking about instantaneous velocity, and he's saying instantaneous velocity is instantaneous speed with direction. Can I have some raised hands? That tells me that we have understood this term of instantaneous velocity 20, 21, 24, and I've got some yeses. Okay. Chaturya says yes. Now I will say the same thing in a different way. Instantaneous speed. Someone told me that, I again forgot the name. Is the what? Magnitude of instantaneous velocity. Am I clear? Instantaneous speed is the magnitude of instantaneous velocity. Instantaneous speed is the magnitude of instantaneous velocity. That means what I'm saying is this is V with an arrow becomes velocity. I put two dandas, that becomes its magnitude, that will be equal to V. And I told you beforehand, if I want to write the magnitude of the vector, remember when we had AB vector, how did I write the magnitude of AB vector? I simply wrote it as AB. Do we remember this? To write the magnitude of AB vector, we simply wrote AB. To write the magnitude of AB vector, we simply wrote AB. On similar lines, to write the magnitude of V vector is velocity vector. V vector is instantaneous velocity. To find instantaneous velocity, go back. We just write V. So do you understand how I have related both the quantities together? Just by the use of symbols. And that is why I always say symbols are very important in physics. If you understand these symbols correctly, 15-20% of physics is already done. Can I have some raised hands that I understand? Sir, we understand this and this is crystal clear in our heads. I'll again go back and I'll again start with the very first thing, just to make you comfortable in what we were. Speed is the rate at which body travels distance with time. When we say speed, when we talk about speed, which speed are we talking about? We are always talking about instantaneous speed. Speed at this point, speed at this instant. Yes, Abhiram. Welcome back. Welcome to the class. Then we talked about 4 types of speed. Uniform speed, equal distances, equal intervals of time. Non-uniform, unequal distances. Average, total distance divided by total time. Instantaneous speed. Now I have another definition of instantaneous speed. What is the another definition of instantaneous speed? We called it speed at this instant, but now I can also call it in a different way. What is the different way? It is the magnitude of instantaneous velocity. Am I clear? Is the magnitude of instantaneous velocity. Then we got into velocity. Whenever I am talking about velocity, which velocity am I talking about? I am talking about instantaneous velocity. Yes, beta. Instantaneous velocity. Yes, beta. Then there is average velocity, total displacement divided by total time. Then there is uniform velocity. Same velocity in the same direction, same speed in the same direction. That is all that we need to understand. Am I clear? Do we have any doubts here? Clear? Pakka? Chalo. Now comes the time when we try to put all the things together and formulate one question and see how we can get the answer for this. Everyone ready for the question where we'll try to understand everything put together and see the difference in all the quantities. So here comes our question, and our question is in the form of this. So this is, as you can see, a circle. A body is moving in a circle. Okay. At point A, it is moving upwards. Something is written 5 meters per second. At point B, it is moving here 3 meters per second. This is point B. At point C, it is moving downwards 4 meters per second. At point D, it is moving here. Let me call 6 meters per second. Let me also call the radius as R. So radius is R. I have not given it a value. There is a point that I want to make. Radius is R. Okay. From A to B, it takes 2 seconds. From A to B, it takes 2 seconds. From B to C, it takes 3 seconds. From B to C, it takes 3 seconds. I'm drawing it everything in the diagram. From C to D, it takes 4 seconds. I hope you understand the question. From D to back to A, it takes 5 seconds. So I just make things simpler. Just make things simpler. Are do we have all the data here? Everyone understood the data? Now the first question is, what we have to find out here? Question number 1. From A to B, the first question is only from A to B. Now I will not write anything. I'll write everything in symbols. I'll write everything in symbols. You have to find number 1 L, number 2 delta R, number 3 ting ting ting, and number 4 ting ting ting. Do we understand the meaning of these symbols? Symbols are important. Yes. What is the first symbol? L. L. What does F first symbol mean? L. What does first symbol mean? Calculate. L. What does the first symbol mean? Uniform speed. Anywhere in which universe are you? Distance. Yes, Anna. L is distance. L is not length. L is the length of path. That's why L. Length of path is distance. L is distance. Delta R is displacement. Change in position vector. V with a dabba. Average speed. V velocity with a dabba. Average velocity. Am I clear? Average speed, average velocity. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Okay. So can you give me this answer first? Can you give me this answer first? I'm waiting. Okay. Shall I help you out with this answer? Answer. What is the distance traveled L? What was the definition of distance traveled? It is the length of the path. So I've gone from A to B. I've gone from A to B. The radius is R. The radius is R. It is quarter of a circle. Full circle is 2 pi R. Full circle is 2 pi R. Full circle is 2 pi R. So quarter of a circle is 2 pi R divided by 4. So my answer will be pi R divided by 4. Am I clear? Pi R divided by 2. Sorry. Pi R divided by 2. That is the first answer. Total distance. Total distance. Now let us talk about displacement. Let us talk about displacement. Particle is here. It has moved to here, so I can write displacement vector as AB vector. I can write displacement vector as AB vector. Yes or no? Yes or no? What is the magnitude of AB vector? What will be the magnitude of AB vector? It will be equal to root 2r. Yes or no? I'll have to join these 2 points by a straight line, and I have to find the length of the straight line. Root 2r. This is r. This is r. Root 2r. And the direction is this angle. And the direction is this angle. Yes or no? Has it stuck somewhere? Are you getting my voice, beta? Okay. So magnitude is root 2r and direction is from A to B. I am not getting it here. Yes, you can hear my voice, but can you see what I am writing here on the whiteboard? Or is it lagging? Okay, now it is correct. So the magnitude is root 2r, direction is from A to B. You have to find this angle. How much is this angle? It is 45 degrees, yes or no? So direction is 45 degrees, 45 degrees. Okay, so that is your displacement vector. Magnitude is given, direction is given. Okay, now tell me what will be average speed. What will be average speed? In this case, I have 9 raised hands. I hope everyone has understood this. What is average speed? Average speed is total distance divided by total time. Yes or no? Total distance divided by total time. How much is the total distance? Total distance is pi r by 2. Total distance is pi r by 2 and total time is 2 seconds. So multiplied by 2 here. So answer becomes pi r by 4. Am I clear? Pi r by 4. Everyone understands this? What would be average velocity? Now let us talk about average velocity ka magnitude. What will be the magnitude of average velocity? What will be the magnitude of average velocity? So that will be equal to total displacement is root 2r. Total displacement is root 2r divided by total time is 2 seconds. So root 2r divided by 2. That will be your magnitude of average velocity. Am I clear? Can I have some raise hand? I think there is some problem with the network. I hope everyone is getting everyone has got this, right? Great. Then the direction of average velocity is again from A to B. It is same as the direction of average displacement. So that will be making an angle of 45 degrees. Am I clear? Am I clear? Am I clear? Can I have some raised hand? This is the most important question. Better remember. Remember. We are doing motion in a straight line. We'll see, sir. The topic is motion in a straight line. But the first question that you gave is motion in a circle. What is this, sir? This is just to make you understand. Even if we are talking about motion in a straight line, the definition is always same. Whether it's motion in one straight line, 1 dimension, or 2 dimension, or 3 dimension. Definition is always same. Definition does not change. This question we will be doing in 5th chapter. We are just now at 1st chapter. This is in 5th chapter. But we are doing it now so that we understand that nothing has changed. I already have 450 messages. Do we understand average velocity, average speed, total distance, total displacement? Raised hands will give me some confidence that we are there together. Great, 2025, good. Now the question is, again I'll write only in symbols because I want you to understand symbols. Symbols. VA. Now what does VA mean? Come on, tell me, what does VA mean? Apply some common sense and tell me what does VA mean. Understand symbols, understand symbols. That will always, vector A, and if no, vector has to be with a line segment. Average velocity. No, Viney, you're not following. Average velocity is given by this. Speed at point A. Yes, Santosh. V means speed, A means point A. Deepak has given me answer as well. VA will mean speed at point A, and the answer is 5 meters per second. Very nice. Now you are doing good. That you understand symbols and you understand its significance. VA means speed at point A. Good. Very good. Now understand this symbol. V vector A. What will that mean? Now let us see who gets me the answer. V vector A. What does it mean? What is the answer? Velocity at point A. Yes, enough. That is the question. Velocity at point A. Now give me the answer of velocity at point A. That will be instantaneous velocity. Do we understand this? VA means instantaneous speed at A. At A, what is the instantaneous speed? V vector A means instantaneous velocity at A. Do we understand this? Can I have some raised hands? Only 10? Okay, I must call people now. No, it's getting up. 2025, great. What is the answer for velocity at point A? Relate. What we have read. Relate. 5 meters per second along AB. Beta, your direction is wrong. 5 meters per second is the magnitude. The direction is upwards. I probably drew the wrong direction. The direction is upwards. Now, instead of writing it upwards, which does not look great, I will write it like this. 5J. Do we remember this J, gentlemen? Do we remember this J, gentlemen? 5J. Do we remember? Plus x-axis. Oh, sorry, plus y-axis. Do we remember this? So it tells me that this is a vector. This tells me this is a vector. This tells me this is a vector. We understand this? We understand this? Great. The next question is this. VB. What it means and what is the answer? VB. What it means and what is the answer? VB means speed at point B, instantaneous speed at point B, and the answer is 3 meters per second. Great. Now, this is the next question. V vector B. V vector B. Understand the question? Understand the symbol? Get me the answer. Minus 3i, Santosh. Great. Well done, Santosh. Minus 3i. Great. Well done, beta. Minus 3i. 3 along left. You can say 3 along left, whatever you call it. Minus 3i is better. Tells me minus x-axis. Great. Minus 3i. Great. Great, Anna. Well done. Comes the next one. VC. Comes the next one. VC. The next one. VC. No one with an answer for VC. 4 meters per second. Yes, Deepak, you are correct. 4 meters per second is VC. The next question is V vector C. V vector C. V vector C. Next one. Minus 4J. Yes, Deepak. Minus 4J. Very correct. 4 meters per second. It is going downwards. Downwards. It's minus y-axis. That is minus J. Absolutely correct. I have no space to write, but I'll just find out some space here in this box. VD. 6 meters per second. You are already there with an answer. 6 meters per second. Great. V vector D. 6i. That is absolutely correct. Now, after 6i, you must write meter per second because that is how we write 6. The magnitude. 6 is the number. Meter per second is the unit. So we write 6i vector and then we write meter per second. Do you understand this? So here I should write it as 5j meter per second. Do we understand this? Okay. Chalo. So now we have done it from A to B. We have done it from A to B. Can you do it from B to C? C to D? D to A? Can you find out all the things? Distance traveled from B to C, displacement from B to C, or do you want me to do one more? Or you can do it on your own? From B to C, from C to D, from D to A. Can you do it on your own? If you can do it on your own, we can move ahead. You can do it on your own? और चलो एक और कर लेते हैं. We'll do one more. We'll do it from C to D. Let us talk about from C to D. I have to move on to the next. From C to D. I'll do one more. From C to D. From C to D. What about L, which is the distance traveled? L, the diagram is here. L, the distance traveled from C to D. Waiting for your answers. We have already crossed 500 messages today. Great. From C to D, what is the distance traveled by the body? Waiting for your answers. 9 meters. Deepak, where are you getting 9 meters from? Pi r by 2. That is absolutely correct. It has traveled quarter of a circle. Total circle is 2 pi r divided by 4. It is pi r by 2. Distance traveled is pi r by 2. Same, sir. Great, sir. What is the displacement? What is the displacement? So we can talk about the magnitude and we can talk about the direction. What is the magnitude? It will be same because quarter of a circle, the magnitude is same, root 2 times r. Direction is from C to D. If you want to write it in terms of angle, so what will you do? I'll use the green pen. Green pen. I join C with D. And I find out this green angle. This green angle. How much is this green angle? Everyone knows how much is this green angle. Tell me the answer to this green angle. C to D. It makes an angle of 45 degrees with the x-axis. Great. That was displacement, the magnitude and direction. Great. Let us talk about V average. That means average speed. Average speed. Average speed is total distance divided by total time. Total distance is pi r by 2. What is the total time? Look at the total time. Total time is 4 seconds now. It becomes pi r by 8. Pi r by 8. Let us talk about average V vector. Average V vector. What is average V vector? Total displacement about total time. Magnitude, direction. Magnitude is root 2r, which is the total displacement, divided by total time is 4. Direction is again from C to D at an angle of 45 degrees. At an angle of 45 degrees. Now, why we did this? So that we understand. See, this is average speed. Average speed is pi r by 8. Look at average velocity. It is root 2r by 4. There is no relation between this quantity and this quantity. Average speed is entirely different. Average velocity is entirely different. Total distance is entirely different. Magnitude of displacement is entirely different. So whenever someone asks you what is displacement, never say distance. Never ever say distance. No, because distance and displacement has got nothing to do with each other. They are entirely different quantities. Do we understand this? Distance and displacement are not related to each other in any way. Only one way they are related. When a body is moving in straight line and always going straight. Distance and displacement are two separate quantities. They are not related to each other. Got it? They are like Ram and Ravan. They are not related to each other. They are just two human beings, two different quantities. Don't relate them. Don't call displacement as shortest distance, because then you kill the spirit of physics. That is not physics. Distance and displacement are not related. It's not physics. Am I clear? Okay. Now, we have seen here non-uniform velocity. They are like kgs and meters. Yes, you can call them like kgs and meters, Anna. They are not related to each other in any way. You never relate distance and displacement together, because if you are doing that, you are killing physics and you are killing all the physicists in the entire universe. You are killing Einstein, you are killing Newton, you are killing everyone. Don't do that. Don't be a killer. Be a learner. We talked about uniform velocity. We talked about non-uniform velocity. Non-uniform velocity means velocity will keep on changing. Velocity will keep on changing. Now the next question is logical question. Who will change it? Or what changes velocity? Whether it is changing in magnitude only, whether it is changing in direction only, or it is changing in both, or it is changing in both. What is changing it? Yashwant Kumar says force. Yashwant, you have just gone 1 or 2 chapters ahead. Come back to the same chapter. We are discussing kinematics. In kinematics, we don't talk about force. Force is dynamics. We don't talk about forces. What changes velocity? What changes velocity? Speed changes velocity. I don't get your point, Janu. Speed does not change. What is the question? The question is, what changes velocity? Who is responsible for the change of velocity? Who is responsible for taking this class? Astik Udenia sir is responsible for taking physics class. Who is responsible for changing velocity? Whether it changes in magnitude or it changes in direction. Who changes velocity? What changes velocity? And the answer is the next heading, acceleration. And the answer is the next heading, acceleration. Acceleration, when a body has acceleration, that acceleration changes velocity. That acceleration changes velocity, and we'll just start with acceleration and we'll finish it in the next class. What is acceleration? You must have heard about this term. Give me some points about this term. Okay, what we'll do is, instead of starting with acceleration, it might be a totally different topic. I would give you some sort of a homework that you will have to do in before coming to next class. You have to do this question number 1. You have to solve this. Everyone has to put their answers in the Telegram group so that I can see. Apart from this, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do before coming to the class in the next class. Okay. Do we have this? I guess you have the notes, handwritten notes with you. Everything is written in the notes. Types of velocities we have discussed. Uniform, non-uniform, average we have discussed. Instantaneous we have discussed. We have also discussed instantaneous speed, uniform speed and all that. Here are some very important points that we have discussed. Here are some very important points that we have already discussed in the class today. All the points are given point-wise in your notes. Instantaneous velocity is always tangential to the path followed by the particle. So the particle is moving like this. At point A, his velocity will be along the tangent. At point B, velocity will be along the tangent to the path. Remember in the circle wala question, velocity was always towards the tangent. Yes or no? Yes or no? Did you see that? Did you notice it? A particle may have constant speed but variable velocity. Speed is same but velocity is changing. The particle is moving in a circle. Did we discuss that in the class today? There are points like this given in your notes. I would ask you to read those topics, 550 messages. What is the relation between average speed and average velocity? There is no relation. Average speed is total distance divided by total time. Average velocity is total displacement divided by total time. But Magnitude wise, sometimes they may be same. If total distance and total displacement ka magnitude is same, the values will come same. So there are some points written over here. Would you be able to read these points and come in the class? Can you do that for me? Then we have got some sample problems and speed and velocity. Some of these problems we will be discussing in the class. The next class, once we do acceleration also, we'll be discussing all these problems. So up till here, up till problem number 7, problem number 8, whatever you can do, please do them for me. Can you do this for me? Up till acceleration, everything you have to try at home. This is the first task that you must do from your notes. Again, from your DPP, you already have a DPP with you, right? You already have a DPP with you, right? Where is that DPP? Where is that DPP gone? You already have a DPP with you? Let me see where it is. You already have a DPP with you, DPP number 1. So what I would request you is to solve this DPP. Where is that? This is your DPP. I hope you get it. This is your DPP. It did not get shared. Okay, this is your DPP. DPP motion in one dimension exercise 1. It has section. Section A is having distance and displacement. Section B is having average speed and average velocity. So up till section B, up till question number B4, that is what you must try when you get home today. I mean, when you are not attending the class. Can you do that for me? So the task is very simple. Task is you have to do that question that we had done. You have to read the points given in your notes, solve or attempt questions given. Second page in DPP is not opening, sir. Okay, I'll ask someone in the app to look after that. Okay, and then you try to solve the question from DPP. We'll be starting with those in the next class. This is all from my side. I'll be winding off the class. If you have any doubt, anything, you can shoot them right now. If you have any doubt after the class, you already have your Telegram group. You can send out your doubts here. I'm here. Please ask me doubt. Bye bye, beta.